Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship. For those of you who weren't paying attention, welcome to the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship. This is a place where many paths meet, where we honor the rich tapestry of spiritual traditions, and where all are welcome to explore responsibly their own connection to the sacred. I am Reverend Leslie Runnels, and I use she, her pronouns, joined today with Jason Pesh, who uses they, them pronouns. Jason is our associate worship associate today. We have filling in today Maria Lundgren for our accompanist, Karen Baggett as our song leader, and Susan and Dan are making all the technical magic happen today so that, Dan's shaking his head, no I'm not, there's no magic here. That's so that our people on Zoom are able to join us. So if you are visiting us for the first or second time today, would you raise your hands that we may welcome you? Hi there. Hi. Hey, that's right. Okay, great. So we can bring the microphone around. Feel free to introduce yourself if you want to, and if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Blessing be upon you today. My name is Jay. And we live in Cape Carteret, and I'm here to do it with my family.
Beautiful.
And I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to say.
That's great.
Right, thank you.
That's great. Yeah, Jay and family. Welcome back.
You don't have to, but would you like to introduce yourself? Okay, no problem.
Anybody else?
We support introverts. I'm an introvert. Sure. I just pretend to be an extrovert. You know?
And you can bring that to the
Yes.
Zoom room.
And on Zoom.
And we'll find out who's joining us on Zoom today.
Those people joining us on Zoom today are Brian Yance, Michelle Capot, Joan Burton, Karen Reddy, Holly and Margaret, and Gary.
Beautiful. Let's wave to our friends on Zoom. Hi, everybody. Beautiful. We have a couple of announcements today. After service today is coffee with the board. So as service ends, you can go run and grab a cup of coffee and then come back here. The board has some interesting and exciting news to share with y'all about how we're thinking about moving forward. The Contract to Call team are offering you some space and time to come talk about this congregation and our shared ministry. So bring your reflection and ideas. There's 2 more spots available, Wednesday the 30th on Zoom, and after worship on August 3rd. There's a sign-up sheet by on the sign-up bulletin board. We now have a bulletin board specifically for things to sign up for. It's right by the coffee window. And another thing you can sign up for is the Adult Spiritual Enrichment Team is going to be offering another series of thoughtful gatherings starting on August 7th, starts in September. They're asking you to sign up by August 17th. And what thoughtful gatherings is small group ministry. So it's small groups of like 7 to 10 people, and it's a facilitated conversation and gathering that kind of has spiritual questions related to the theme of the month that we do here in the pulpit. And it's a way to kind of take the message you get here and take it a little deeper in small conversations. So please sign up if you're interested on the sign up bulletin board. Okay, that's it. I invite you now to settle into some sacred space, and we'll let music deepen the way.
Please join in the responsive reading. Your part is in italics. We who have no all-knowing deity to whom to relegate all the heartbreaks and complexities of human hatreds often feel alone. We who are not sure of what is larger than us are sometimes left with a sense of burden when the world is troubled. We witness the voices of generations raised in opposition to one another. We witness strife and conflict and long for the one simple answer we know can never be. In our angers at the state of the world, we can lash out or are tempted to retreat within our own hearts. And now let us speak these words as one. Come, let us worship together. And Yamir, would you please come light the chalice? All right. And now we will light our chalice and our peace candle. We light our flaming chalice as a beloved people united in love and thirsting for restorative justice. May it melt away the tethers that uphold whiteness in our midst. May it spark us in a spirit of humility. May it ignite us in radical love that transforms our energy into purposeful action. This is a chalice of audacious hope. This chalice shines a light on our shared past, signaling our intention to listen deeply, reflect wisely, and move boldly toward our highest ideals. And we also light our peace candle to remind ourselves that peace is a process that requires work, and that peace is not merely an absence of conflict, but is the presence of justice. And now please rise in body or spirit for hymn 188. Come, come, whoever you are.
Good morning. We're going to sing this through once, and then we're going to break it down into parts. Are you ready? Okay. Whoever you are, worship, leaving us, of despair, come, yet again come. Now we're going to learn a drone part. Some of you may remember. And Maria, will you play the drone for us? And then we'll all sing it together. Though you've broken your vows, 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 okay, now who would like to be a drone? Okay, all right. So we're going to, this is what and then we're going to break into, split down the middle, John on this side, Susan on this side. And then we are going to sing it through once with the drone, and then we're going to sing it through in parts. Parts meaning this group starts, come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worship, lover of leaving. And when they move on to the next lines, this group starts at the beginning. Ready? Drones are droning the whole time. Okay, we're going to start with the drone, and then we'll all sing it through once while the drones are droning, and then we'll break into parts while the drones are droning. All right, thank you. Drones. Okay. All right, the drones are going to sing the drone part. All right. The rest of us are going to, once they're through once, we're going to start at the beginning all together. Okay, drones only for now. Okay, ready? Though you've broken your hearts 1,000 times, come. Wonder words, lover of leaving, oh, whoever you are, words, of leaving, whoever you are, wonder words, lover of leaving, oh, whoever you are. Wonder word, lover of leaving home, oh, whoever you are. Wonder word, lover of leaving, life is no prison of despair. Oh, yet again, oh. Ooh, thank you.
All right. Each week, this congregation, this gathered body of souls and spirits come together to be human and celebrate our joys and grieve our sorrows together. We have a sacred ritual that we do each week. Should you wish to share a personal joy or sorrow about a person or persons in your life, there's a paper to fill out over there in the corner. And as part of the ritual, I will read those aloud to the congregation. And the ritual works. We're going to have a line come through here and a line come around the edges. You come and you select a stone, a rock, a bell, a shell, and you place it into the water where it's held in community care. So I invite you now to our stones and water ritual. First, I want to offer up, if you would mind placing another stone for Wendy Pesch's mother is in the hospital. I'm glad to see her with us today. We send the family much love as they navigate the healthcare process. Noah Tucker wants us to keep his family in our hearts as his grandfather passed away on Friday. I'm so sorry to hear that. Sending you all love. What was your grandfather's name? Joseph. All right. And Karen Baggett had a wonderful time in Maine visiting with former students and close friends. Wonderful. Glad to have you back as well. By the light of this chalice, let us together take a moment to hold in our hearts all, known and unknown, who are struggling. For the sorrows and concerns shared here, may you feel our sympathy and compassion. And take a moment to open our hearts to joy, ours that is known and unknown. We join you in celebration. For all that remains unspoken, both joy and sorrow, may the caring of our community offer you both kindness and hope. May you know love, may you be at peace, and may you be safe. All right, and Kai is gone to go get something from the religious education room, but in the meantime, I'd love to invite all the children to come forward, and you can gather up here. Just, yeah, got it. Great. All right. Anybody else young at heart that wants to come forward? Anybody that goes to RE? That's religious education. That's some of our lingo here. So we're going to be talking about giraffes today in worship service after y'all go to classes. And I wanted to ask you, what do you know about giraffes? They have long necks. What else? Yeah. They love to eat green stuff like trees and plants. Yeah. They're really quiet. Yeah, they don't roar or anything, right? Do they make any noise? I don't know. Yeah, what kind of noise do they make? Like a whisper. I love that. Giraffes make a sound like a whisper. So we're going to be talking about giraffes today because giraffes have really big ears. And we're going to talk about how listening from a place of open-heartedness and big ears, it makes it easier for us to be together. So in our religious education classes, y'all have a covenant that y'all read together. I don't know how many of you know the covenant. I know it's in there. Do you remember any of the covenant and anything that might be on it? Does it say anything about don't bite or punch? It does? All right, so that's on the covenant. What about speak kindly to each other? Is there something on there like that? No? Anything else? Y'all remember? So what, Ymir, I know you're back there too. If you come up here and let me know what's on that covenant. Why do y'all need a covenant? So you can learn together and yeah, what'd you say? Nothing. So we don't do bad things. Kind of a covenant, the kind of a way to say it differently is so that we do good things, right? That we treat each other kindly with respect. We don't bite each other. We don't hit. What happens when you get mad in class? How does the covenant help you with that? You couldn't find it? Oh yeah, Bella. Okay. So Bella says if you're angry in class, you should probably take 3 deep breaths. And what does breathing help you do, Bella? It helps you deal with anger, yeah. Because if you're angry, you could act out right away. And, maybe if you're angry, you want to punch somebody or bite somebody or leave the room in a huff, yeah? Maybe you don't want to come back because you get mad. Yeah, yeah. So we have a covenant in place to make it easier for us to be together, right? And so we're going to be talking about the covenant that this church has. But y'all have your own covenant that y'all wrote together, and you can always add things to the covenant. If the covenant doesn't have enough for you in it, you can say, hey, I want to add this to the covenant. And then we can do that. Okay? Thank you all for playing on the fly. Sarah was going to do this today, and so we did the best we could. I'm going to share some giraffe facts with you after class. Okay? All right. And y'all can go off to your religious education classes. Kai and Nicole, I think. And looks like Devin too. And yeah, we're going to sing the blessing song as we send them to class. Have fun, y'all. All right, we're going to move into a moment of silence, meditation, prayers of your own heart. Let us deepen into silence for this time of meditation. We'll begin with 3 deep breaths. As Bella reminds us, this is good for us to practice. We'll enter into silence for a few moments, and then we're going to sing our monthly anthem, which is Voice Still and Small. And we're going to sing it to each other like a lullaby, kind of whisper sing it to each other. Okay, so we'll begin with 3 deep breaths. I have always liked giraffes. After a trip to Kenya when I was in my early 20s, I became fascinated with them, and I was a sucker for anything that I could buy with a giraffe on it. A giraffe keychain? Yes, absolutely. A giraffe pot holder? Of course. A painting of a giraffe having his teeth cleaned by a bird? Of course, because the title of the painting was Free Dental Care. So my house filled up with images of giraffes. And over time, I've filtered them out, especially as I moved here. I left a lot of them behind. But as I looked around my house getting ready to write this sermon, I saw them everywhere. I still have them. I have a whisk with a giraffe head for the handle. And of course, any trivia about giraffes is in my pocket at all times, ready to be used when it's needed. That trivia is very dusty. But since I have a captive audience, giraffes are indeed the world's tallest mammals. That's easy trivia, right? With those crazy long necks and legs and how they have to adjust their body to get down to a pond to drink the water. They have that lovely pattern on their coat. And each giraffe, this is so cool, each giraffe has a pattern as unique as a human thumbprint, fingerprint, right? So each giraffe is unique. And get this, even though they are ridiculously taller than we are, they have the same number of vertebrae in their necks as we do. How do they do that? I've always known that giraffes have the largest heart of all the mammals. Their hearts can weigh as much as 25 pounds and are 2 feet long. But I ran into another expert on animal trivia who denied my conviction that giraffes have the largest heart. Any idea why? Whales, dang it. That's right. The blue whale's heart can weigh up to 1,300 pounds. 1,300 pounds. I know, right? But never mind. That's just trivia, trivial stuff. Nothing important there. And yet, about 20 years ago, I was introduced to the work of Marshall Rosenberg, the creator of nonviolent communication. My meditation teacher talked about him a lot in his work. I dove into the work and I was sure it was how we were going to save the world. And of course, I was thrilled when I read Rosenberg, who spoke of listening with giraffe ears versus listening with jackal ears. He describes the difference. When we listen with jackal ears, we are highly alert to danger or threat. We listen for blame, attack, and judgment. And it's not hard to hear blame and judgment and attack because most communication when we are in conflict is flawed, always inferring judgment or blame on the other person. But if we listen with these jackal ears, then we attack back and defend ourselves. And this results in a breakdown of communication because the intended messaging is lost and we have missed an opportunity for understanding and compassionate connection. Rosenberg says, if you are a jackal, you will try to reassure. Jackals try to fix people in pain. They can't stand pain, but they make matters worse by trying to get rid of it. In contrast, when we listen with giraffe ears tied to that big, big, big heart of a giraffe, we are alert to what's most important to the speaker. Even if they are communicating in an attacking way, giraffe ears mean we try to remember that the other person is attacking us because they are coming from a place of fear, hurt, shame, vulnerability. So we stay curious and compassionate, and we listen more deeply to hear their pain, their hopes, their fears, their regrets, their needs, and their intentions. Easy? Absolutely not. Can it be practiced and we get better? Absolutely yes. But in the heat of the moment, it's hard because we're being attacked. I attended a workshop on nonviolent communication and restorative justice, and the facilitators had these like headbands with giraffe ears on them that we could wear. And they would hand them to us when we were showing signs of, struggling to get past defensiveness, if we were having trouble listening from the heart. I wore those ears a lot during that weekend, even when I thought I didn't deserve to wear them. Rosenberg calls these giraffe ear headbands a technology. He says, with this technology, we are going to remove all the insults and the criticisms from the airwaves, and it will be impossible for you to hear harsh remarks or insults. All you can hear is what all people are ever saying, please and thank you. What used to sound like criticism, judgment, or blame, you will come to see are really tragic, suicidal expressions of please. Now that's a harsh statement that criticism, judgment, blame, insults are suicidal expressions, and specifically suicidal expressions of please. I've had to work my way to understanding this, and I am still struggling with this concept. If I can listen with giraffe ears, I can hear someone's insult or attack as them saying, please, I am so hurt, please listen to me or I will die, I mean it. Then I take it more spiritually. In difficult conversations, the real challenge is to turn our giraffe ears outwards and inwards simultaneously. To work hard to hear the feelings and needs being expressed by the other person, no matter how clumsily they are made. And also listening with compassion to our own reactions in the moment, noticing our own feelings and needs without judging them. In the moment, I don't usually regret what I say. It's later when I'm processing that I start to feel that regret. I had to send an apology just the other day because I was all in my jackals. If we can practice over and over using giraffe ears, we start to strengthen our empathy muscle. When someone says to us, "Why do you never listen to me?" we don't react with a rebuttal or a counterattack. Instead of hearing and reacting to a perceived threat, we hear a deeply human need to be understood, to connect, and to be valued. And perhaps a sadness that this need isn't being met at the moment, and a hope that this could change. There is hidden power in listening with compassion. As we practice, we become able to be courageous and vulnerable, and we learn to name the interpretations we have of each other's words. We grow and are able to see the humanity in each other again. We don't just throw each other aside. This empathy opens up the possibility of a new kind of conversation and a new kind of relationship. In conflict, there is a lot of gold to be found if we know where and how to look for it. The gold might be an olive branch being held out, the expression of deep regret and learning about the past, the beginnings of positive feelings towards each other, and seeing the best rather than the worst in each other. This gold is often buried deep, buried by shame, fear of rejection, hurt, and we need to work hard to dig it up. So we'll take just a little time of reflection here. I just have a couple of questions for you to sit with. So close your eyes if you choose to, and consider, what triggers a jackal response in you? And how do you feel after you have responded in a jackal way? And now a little shift. When have you felt able to listen with giraffe ears? And what was the effect of this? One of those questions is always easier for me to think about. All right, now let's pull back up and bring this awareness to this small, mighty congregation right here on the Crystal Coast of North Carolina, into this environment. We're going to talk about covenant and why we have one. Let's first start with Unitarian Coastal Fellowship's vision and mission statements. And I'll ask you to read these along with me. So our vision in our congregation. Our vision, our congregation's vision is to be a visible presence in the community, growing a just world through spiritual enrichment, compassionate action, and free religious inquiry. And our mission, centered in love, Unitarian Coastal Fellowship takes actions to live compassionately, grow spiritually, and advance justice. I hear live, grow, advance. Live our values, grow, stay in the struggle, learn, adapt, change, transform. Advance into the world we dream of. Show the way, lead the way, show what it looks like. Let people get a sense of what justice feels like. I hear compassion, spirituality, and justice. Compassion comes from an open and empathetic heart, that big, big giraffe heart. Spirituality, this requires work to grapple with ideas of what is and isn't spirituality. What ideas are in conflict with how we grew up? What ideas are in conflict with how we've healed over those disconnects? Justice. How do we model justice? Here with each other. Deep listening is a form of justice. Listening to people of color, to women, to people with disabilities, to people of the big, beautiful queer rainbow, to people with spicy neurological wiring, to people who have been pushed repeatedly to the margins of society and left without resources to survive, much less thrive. Well, this all sounds really good. I'm in. Let's do it. Now, since we don't have one book, one handy Bible or Torah or Quran, one dogma, one creed, one set of 10 commandments, one anything that we can use to keep us on track and in community, building towards that beloved community we dream of and we know is capable and able, if we can just get there, where everyone gets to thrive. You, Unitarian Universalists, have created covenants. We go through a process, sometimes lengthy, because Unitarian Universalists really like our words and we really like to wordsmith and we want all of the words. So it takes some time. We want all of our ideas to be represented in a covenant. So we write out that covenant and we agree to it. Now, this covenant, I don't know when it was written, and not all of you were here in the writing of this covenant. Who here remembers participating in the writing of this covenant? Yeah, a few hands, but not very many. So this covenant has been created for this congregation. And if it's not enough, it is a living document and we can add more to it. We go through now it is a promise. A covenant is an ideal. It is a way we want to be together. It is not a covenant with a god, a goddess, or a goddess, or a temple, a moon, or even the ocean. It is a covenant with each other. So let's look at Unitarian Coastal Fellowship's covenant. Let's read the header and the first bullet together. We, the members and friends of the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship, reverently covenant to welcome with open minds and tender hearts all who come to this space. Why do we need open minds? Why do we need tender hearts? What is important about that to you? That you welcome each other each time we come together to this place, whether it's a worship service, a team meeting, a buildings and grounds work day, or a social justice project. Next line together. Encourage and affirm each other in our lifelong spiritual quest. How do we do this here? Is it in offering workshops and trainings, thoughtful gatherings that I spoke of earlier? Lifelong, that means something, that we are never going to have it right and figured out, though I certainly think I do. It's lifelong work, grappling, struggling, growing, transforming, advancing. Let's go to the next one. Take responsibility for the growth of our fellowship through active participation and generous support. This says at its easiest, come to things, participate, come to worship, join a team or a committee, volunteer, attend a workshop, and let's learn together. And support means many things. Support this church openly in the wider community. Share how much this church means to you. You come here all the time. Why? Share that. Support also means financial support. Your annual pledge, placing money in the collection plate that we pass each week that is shared with a nonprofit, buying things at the church auction. I now have a double puppet and a Trudy or Judy puppet that I bought at the auction. Punch and G, okay. Adding the church to your will. This is called legacy giving, and it's an important way that churches function after you have already transitioned into whatever comes after for you. Next one. Celebrate the gifts we bring and share. I love that it's celebrate and not just honor, because honor can have like a little bit of rigidity and like temperedness to it, but celebrate is fun. Celebrate how unique each person is and what they bring. Those beautiful neurodivergent beings are the social butterfly beloveds and all the different gifts they bring. The elders who have been part of this community, the yelders, those are the young elders that have been part of it, keeping it whole and holy for years. The gift of experience that they bring, the young ones, the wee little ones who gift us with their laughter, their cries, and that young energy. To receive gifts, we must make space for the gifts to be brought. That, I think, is the key in this one. Making space for the gifts to come. The next one, hold one another in the face of challenge. Y'all have been through some stuff just in the last 5 years. The COVID pandemic, Hurricane, was it Florence? Is that the right name? You had a minister who retired, you bought a new building, and then you built a new building. Your interim minister came and shared his gender transition with you, and then you searched and got a new minister. That's a lot in 5 years. It's possible during that time that there were some jackals running around, some anxiety, some overwhelm, some depression, some fear. This sounds familiar. And then also a commitment. A can do, gonna do attitude, a we've got this attitude. And your individual lives require support too. I have heard of so many individual challenges that you all face, and you've had a community of beloveds to support you and help you face those challenges. And you've grown and survived together. The next one. Honor the diversity of our experiences and ways of being. Yeah, that's all cute and everything, easy peasy. Unfortunately, not at all. We do not have the same experiences, we do not all think the same way, and we certainly do not all act the same way. We are a bundle of beautiful diversity, and we have many ways of being, many ways of behaving, and many ways of misbehaving. And this is when covenant really matters, when stuff is hitting the fan and our jackal ears come out, all alert. We get hurt, we get mad, we storm off. And as we like to joke in churches, and they take their toys with them. Those toys might be volunteer time, money, objects they've loaned to the church or stored in the church. Next one. Speak and listen with respect. This part, this is real work here. To speak with respect, always. No name calling, no calling anyone stupid, no biting, no kicking, no punching, right? All that. But this message can be heard in subtle ways. And if someone is listening with jackal ears, they are going to hear it loud and clearly. So we must always work to speak with pure intent to connect with each other, because in our own life, we are hurting and we are saying, please hear me. But they can't listen if you don't speak with respect. Listen with respect. That's the same thing, but the flip side. People are always hurting at some point in their life, and they may act out. They may speak out not from a place of love and connection, but they might speak from that covered up, scarred up place of pain. So throw on those giraffe ears that reach out from that big, big heart. Open up, listen deeply, let their pain in and hold it, acknowledge it, and reach out to them from a place of love and respect. Last one. I think that's the most important one. That song we sang, come, come, whoever you are, no matter your skin, your hair, the color of your eyes, your size, who you love, you are welcome here. No matter how your brain works, your education level, your financial situation, your family dynamics, come, come, whoever you are. Wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving. Those who wander, looking and seeking and wondering. Those who love to worship. And lovers of leaving. What a bizarre thing to put in a song. Lovers of leaving. I am a lover of leaving. If things get too hard, I have a coping mechanism of running away to protect myself. I am a lover of leaving, and I have left, and I have taken my toys with me. So the song is calling to come here, come, come. Ours is no caravan of despair, come yet again, come. Meaning we are not sitting here in a place of despair. We're not despair, just a whole caravan of despair. That's not us. We are hope. We dream with hope. We always hope. We dream of that world that we know is possible, and we practice that world here. And then the best part of that song, that drone. Sing it with me. Though you've broken your vows 1,000 times, come yet again, come. I say, though I've broken my vows 10,000 times, because it's more than 1,000. It is a covenant. It is a promise. It is not a guarantee. What is a guarantee is that we will break these vows. And we say we are going to forgive each other again and again and again and again. This covenant is not just a pithy set of words. It is meant to be used. It is a living document. If we feel that someone has drifted out of covenant, we can sit together with the covenant and put our little giraffe ears on and do the healing work we need to do together to return ourselves to covenant, to return the promise we make with each other. That's covenant. And that is listening with giraffe ears. And we use it all the time here at Unitarian Coastal Fellowship. I leave you with one more important and very useful bit of giraffe trivia. A giraffe's tongue can be up to 20 inches long and is used for cleaning their nostrils and their ears. And that's just gross. No judgment. No judgment. Wesley's not so sure. He thinks there might have been some judgment in there. All right, beautiful. Amen, Ashe, and blessed be. And now we are going to rise in body and spirit and sing number 318, We Would Be One.
Now we join in singing our hymn of love to rejoice
Every month, we share the plate with the community organization. This is our last opportunity this month to shower Carteret Speak program with our love. Speak helps survivors find their voice after SA. Speak provides support groups, therapy, legal procedures, court accompaniment, and more. The crisis response line is available 24/7. It is a place to find strength, understanding, and community among those who have shared similar experiences. Please give generously so that Speak can be generous with their work. And please join in blessing this offering with hymn number 402, From You I Receive. From you I receive, to you I, together we share, from this we live. From you I receive, to you I, together we share, from this we live. And please join me in reading our chalice extinguishing words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And now in Español. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad, o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los elevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.
All right, it is UCF tradition to join hands and form something that resembles a circle around the edges of the sanctuary. If you'd like to stay in the middle and be surrounded in love, please do so. You little giraffe here. Are we linked up? Okay. May we open our hearts and minds to one another and the world. May we let ourselves be changed by the stories around us. May we deeply listen and be deeply listened to and be held in silence and love. And so may it always be. Amen. Go now in peace and grab some coffee and come back for the coffee with the board. I heard you contributed to that. Yeah. Thank you. I was telling some of my friends that every Sunday morning, I know what I'm preaching about, what the statement, the title is. So I open up the closet and I'm like, show me bread and honey communion, show me whatever. So I said, show me the crabs. Show me this morning. Yes. And the sandals are killer and I need them. Nice to meet you. I'm Reverend Leslie. How are you? Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us, Andy. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Glad to have you back with us.
I heard you speak at, oh my gosh, thank you.